Attorney generals from more than a dozen states and territories put the fossil fuel industry on notice today, announcing an investigation into whether companies and industry groups have deliberately misled the public about climate change.
Every fossil fuel company has a responsibility to be honest with its investors.
Former Vice President Al Gore stands behind the first-of-its-kind multi-state initiative, calling it a landmark meeting in this climate clash.
Today may well be looked back upon as a real turning point.
The announcement ramps up an ongoing effort by the New York Attorney General's office to prosecute oil and coal companies, last year investigating ExxonMobil and Peabody Energy for allegedly issuing misleading financial statements.
There have been those who have raised the question, aren't you interfering with people's First Amendment rights? The First Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, does not give you the right to commit fraud.
Scientific evidence says that we could see climate change right here in New York City. Take these daffodils, for example. They're blooming as many as 8 days earlier than they did in 1970. In New York Harbor, the sea level is a foot higher than it ever was.
We want them to tell the truth so that we can get down to the business of stopping climate change.
Al Gore compared fossil fuel firms to tobacco companies that suffered a legal defeat in the 1990s over their misstatements about the risks of cigarette smoking.
It took 40 years for them to be held to account under the law. We do not have 40 years.
Officials say they will also be looking at any instances of misleading the public on the viability of alternate energy forms to replace fossil fuels. Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.